ladies. How are you? That should be good. Hey, Journey. I decided to have tea time up here with you guys as I share the testimonial. I did say that I was going to share a testimonial with you all today that I got in my email, so I'm excited to read it to you. But I also have not had my tea for the day. One of these old men that I was dating bought me this cup from Colombia. It says Barranquilla, Colombia. I love this mug. This isn't my favorite mug, but I like this mug a lot. But yeah, I definitely wanted to read this testimonial to you guys. I think it will be very touching. It is kind of long, but long testimonials are always good because I do a lot of story times on this channel, and I know you guys really enjoy the story time, so I felt like today's story time should come from one of you all, and that's what makes it that much more special. So I'm just gonna lay out all the things that I need for my tea. And then when I hear my kettle go off, I'll just run back over here and pour me some tea. All right, so I'm super excited. I'm like hyperventilating over here. So let me grab my computer really fast. I actually just got this computer. I literally haven't even turned it on yet. I should probably use my other one just so I won't have to wait for it to like load and set up and such. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Or maybe not. It's going pretty fast. But yeah, I'm super excited. So I want to read this to you all. And you know what? I actually just got back, guys. I was at the grocery store. So I'm sitting here because today's Self-Love Sunday. And you guys know on Sundays, I just like to relax, be in my thoughts. I got a really...
Hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help. A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do. Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen.
Okay.
If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in.
Did you see my face?
Your region is set to the United States. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and go through
Your
the process.
keyboard is set to US. Want to stick with that? Do you also type with another keyboard layout?
No.
Now let's get you connected to a network. That way you can get updates, apps, and cat videos as soon as possible.
All right, so now I have to connect to my Wi-Fi.
Now type your credentials.
I'm looking like that threw me off.
You're all linked up.
Okay, cool.
Now we have some important setup to do.
This is not what I was expecting for tonight, but since you're here, might as well just get it over with. Okay, so yeah, I needed a new computer. So I had a laptop that I bought
last year. Now
let's see what's new
from Windows.
But I got a really cheap one because I really just needed it quick for school.
Next up, the legal stuff. In short, you'll need to select Accept to use Windows. You can decline.
Computer crashed like smack in the middle of the semester, and I was working on a big project.
Type your email address or phone number, then follow the instructions to sign in. I'll catch up with you once that's done.
It was tragic because I was literally working on my graduate research project, but because I save everything to like my Google Drive. It was fine. So I still had like all of the chapters.
Let's get
that
an
we
account going for you. You can use your own email address, or we can help you create a new one.
Oh. Oh, wow. Hold on. Does this? Oh, it says it has to start with a letter. Okay. This is so weird. Okay. Love. It's already taken, obviously. That's so weird. But yeah, so I bought a new one. So it was like a really cheap computer. And it didn't have a lot of memory and stuff. So then that one day my screen just went black and I have no idea what was going on. So I don't know. It was what it was, but it was really annoying. So then I bought this one. And like over, no, I don't want any of that. So over the course of the summer, I know specifically like May through July, I was doing a summer internship with this insurance company, which was super, super fun. And I actually was using their computer because it was mandated. Like we had to use their computer because it had to be on a secure server and stuff, like all of the information we had access to. So that was that. And now I'm like, okay, maybe I should go ahead and get a new one just so I won't still be using that same computer, because I have to send it back at some point. I'm just waiting on them to send boxes over so that I can put it in the containers that they want me to use. What is going on here? Can I just type it in? All right. It's not like, this is going way too slow. I'm weirded out. Maybe I have to press this check first. Anywho, so yeah, finally got another computer. But as you guys know, I need my computer. Like I have to have one because literally all my business like is up here. And of course I can use my apps. Like I know when people buy books or a keychain, I won't even say books because that doesn't really have to be shipped. But if you purchase anything that has to be shipped,
want to set up a pin?
I can use my app to sort of like type in, there we go. I can use my app to type in like your tracking number and stuff like that. So it's not mandatory for me to have a computer.
These are the settings Microsoft recommends. Go ahead and review them and select accept when you're ready.
Okay. So yeah. Language, all right, that's fine. All right. Speech recognition, no. Don't want that. All right, so
Windows can save your spot in apps, files, and websites, so you can keep doing what you were doing, even when you switch devices. Just choose yes to sync your activities.
To stop, no, don't do that. I don't have an Android. So yeah, I'm super excited about this, but...
Want to automatically save files and photos to OneDrive for some added peace of mind?
No. This thing is taking way longer than I expected.
Your PC comes with a free 1-month trial of Microsoft 365 Family. Should we get it ready for you to use? Hey, look, that's me, Cortana. Can I have permission to use the info I need to do my best work? Your device manufacturer would like your contact info to send you updates and such.
My tea is almost ready. I can hear my kettle.
Almost done now. We just need to get a few more things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out.
Oh my gosh. That took forever. Okay, so now it's rebooting. This is a really nice computer too. It's silver. My last one was pink. I really wanted to get a girly color, but I was looking at the reviews for this HP and they were really good, and the storage is really good too. So apparently there's two different types of storage. You have like your RAM, which is like your temporary memory that you use for the things that you download or temporary projects that you're working on that need to be stored immediately. And then you have another set of memory that downloads like storage type stuff. And that is more of your long-term memory. So the first one is called RAM, and then I don't know what the other one is called, but RAM memory is the one that really matters. So this one has like 12 gigabytes RAM, and then it has, I think it's 256 gigabytes of storage, which I really need because I edit videos and like I have photos, and I have photos of my clients too, because when I put together people's websites, I have to use that to put their site together. So it's a whole lot of stuff that I need a computer for. But, oh, this is cute. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and log in to my email. And I was super happy, let me just say, because normally people will tell me like, oh, you really helped me. You sort of like help me know my worth and things of that nature, or you help me get out of this relationship. But that's where they leave it. Like they don't really go into deep detail. And this woman like went into detail. Like she was just very open, and like she didn't seem afraid to share anything with me, which I hope it's because of the way I behave, you know, my demeanor. Because I always want to be welcoming, especially when I'm doing consultations. Like I don't ever want anyone to feel like I'm judging them, you know, because then you won't feel safe speaking to me about certain things. So, all right. There we go. All right, I'm about to log into my Gmail. So I was super happy about that. And what's funny, oh my, like I don't want to say too much, but I'm just so blessed because one of the things she said was that she used to feel like uncomfortable at first watching my videos because they were like triggering to her. Absolutely, that's good she was able to be open with you. Yeah, like that made me really happy, Journey. And like, okay, here it goes. So, save. She said, girl, wait, my tea's ready. Hold on 1 second. That's funny. All right. And I just bought this. So my mom had like a Celestial Seasonings tea pack thing, and it was like a variety pack. Oh, turds. It was like a variety pack. So one of the ones I tried was like this peach tea, and so then I saw Celestial Seasonings peach tea like by itself, and I was like, that was some really good tea. So I decided to get a whole box of that one flavor. I love peaches too. Like I actually bought some peaches as well, just so I could have it throughout the week. But you guys, this tea smells so good. It's not even funny. But you guys know I love tea, and I haven't had tea like steeped like this in a few days. I was gonna get some cookies too, but I decided against it. I actually got some vegan chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream this time, which is delicious, by the way. Alright, I'm gonna use the rest of this. And seriously, when I buy honey, I buy like 2 of them at a time, typically, just because I love tea so much and I never want to run out. Like, I never want to have a moment where I'm going to make my tea in the morning and I can't because I'm out of honey. Like, I don't think anybody knows how devastating that would be for me. I would be literally sick to my stomach. Like, oh my gosh, I don't have any honey left. Like, this is terrible. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. All right, let me clean this up really fast. I swear I'm not trying to drag this out. This is not for dramatic effect. This is my real life right now. All right. Oh, it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. All right. So I have my tea. So while this is cooling, I'm going to go ahead and read it. So obviously, as you guys know, anytime I tell someone's story, it's always anonymous. The only way someone's story will not be anonymous is if they are famous and everyone already knows about the story, or if the person comes on my live, like we do it together, and they tell their story from their own perspective out of their own mouths, okay? So she said, "Girl, I just had to come on here to give you a testimonial, LOL. I'm a 28-year-old college graduate currently pursuing my master's. I had been dealing with dusty/stingy men most of my life by choice. Consistently spent money on a man like a D sponsor. Tolerated things I didn't deserve. Constant arguments and just dealing with the same stuff over and over and waiting for change. I tried an older man, 15-year difference, thinking simply age will be the quick fix, but he was bitter behind his baby mama, so his money was always tight. I've built a man and watched him be great to the next woman and do all the things he said he'd do for me. Dealt with men who hate their jobs and have no education nor ambition to get where they want to be. I knew I didn't deserve any of that because I never would bring those men home, LOL. But I want to talk about my most recent experiences that woke me up. I was so low that I let one of the Dusties get me pregnant. B, I'm a teacher. You know the government already stingy with us, LOL. So I had to make a tough decision of getting an abortion. He didn't agree with the decision, of course. His friends stay with their baby mama. I'm sure he wanted to live off me too. It was so hard. I never thought I would have to do that. I'm Christian and always had dreams of having children. So having to make that decision was so hard. Then to have him not support me mentally, emotionally, and monetarily made it harder. But at the same time, him not having anything monetarily made it easier to make that decision. Also, his selfishness, ignorance, and disregard toward my reasoning helped too, because he must not have known I wasn't going to bring in a child knowing we'd struggle. Yet, I needed somebody around when I had the abortion because I didn't tell my family/friends and was scared of how my body would react. So I felt, even though I was done with, I needed him just to be with me to help me through it. Of course, after time passed, he was still around because I allowed him to be. Still dusty, weed, video games, scam, no car, sneaky, lies with ease, no place of his own, not intelligent, no money, still waiting on his music to blow up. Chow, a rapper. She made me laugh at that part. Just even typing this out has me in awe that this was just at the beginning of this year. So first of all, let me just pause before I finish because I literally felt like it was me on the other side typing this. And I thanked her for sharing this experience with me because, as you guys know, some of you who are new may not know, but I had an abortion as well when I was in college, and I was dating a Dusty at the time who was super, super sweet. I'm not going to lie, he was very similar to this guy, but he fell in love with me, so he gave me everything I wanted. And that was only, I think, because I paid him no attention and we started off as friends. So it was like, because we started off as friends, I already saw what he was capable of, so I required a lot from him. And this Dusty and I actually ended up moving in together as time passed. So I had the abortion like going into my junior year of college, which was super scary. So I felt like I needed to break up with him too, because it was like, if I can't even have his baby because he doesn't have enough money to take care of one, in addition to it, he already had 2 other children outside of that. So one woman had already had the baby, the other woman was like 6 months pregnant, and I was about 5 weeks. So I think it was 5 weeks. So yeah, absolutely devastating. And I'm like, you know, I am not okay with this. Like, I cannot bring a baby into this world and allow the child to struggle, because I didn't grow up that way. I never grew up poor. I don't know poverty. Like, I just don't know that. So I would not want to bring my child in a worse situation than what I grew up in. Like, at least equal or better. So I was like so shocked. And what she's saying right here about needing someone to support her mentally, you have no idea what it does to you. Like, as a woman, making a decision like that isn't easy. And this is why, even before I decided to have the procedure, I've never judged anyone, because I felt like whatever they did, they had a reason for it. Like, nobody's like, oh, I'm just going to get rid of my baby just to be cruel. Like, people do it for various reasons, and mine was just because I felt like I wouldn't be able to give that baby the life it deserved. And I was also in school and I really wanted to finish. So this was like, oh my gosh. But unfortunately, in her particular situation, he was not helping monetarily at all. Like, there was no dates being spoken here. He didn't have a car, my ex did, and things of that nature. And that was super sad. And he wasn't a rapper, because my ex was like I want to call him an evil genius. Like, I don't think that he really used his mentality to the best of his ability, because he was a scammer, but he had a bunch of other hustles too. But honestly, that relationship for me was like, we connected on a different level. Like, I've never had someone around me who understood me the way he did. It was really weird. And honestly, if he was just a better man, I really feel like we would still be together to this day. But he was a Dusty, so that wasn't going to happen. All right, so bringing a child knowing we'd struggle. That it was just at the beginning of this year. Okay, boom. So ignoring all red flags, I still tolerated him. I dealt with not demanding my worth. I was there for him even when he fell sick from not taking care of himself. Should have recognized how he didn't even love himself. So this is one thing I will say to you ladies. I need to do a video on men being sick and like how to treat them, because I feel like sometimes women are just a little bit more giving and understanding in that particular area, and men would not do the same for you. Like, most men, if a woman gets sick, they're gonna be out. So I want to address that. So boom, just recently he out of nowhere went to Vegas. I had to find that out through snooping around on IG. So I let time go by to see if he would bring it up or explain why he was there. I really didn't care why he was there. I'm sure he was betting on games or scamming out there. Oh my gosh, and he's a scammer too. See, it's so weird. These guys have patterns, like I'm telling you. They have patterns, because when you hear a woman talking about a Dusty, it's like, oh, he sounds just like my ex, because they act just alike. But it hit me. Now that you have came into temporary money, why aren't you sending me a gift? but buying weed and eating an S like a NIGGA can't eat, LOL. Why are you hiding that you're there? Is it because you know the right thing to do but don't want to do it? Also, I had to say to myself, even if he has his temporary money right now, he has no financial literacy / money management skills. He'll be right back to square one, and I don't want to be in that square with him. So what are you holding on to? So this is her self-talk right now. What are you holding on to? I want you to ask yourself that if you're currently dating a Dusty or still even thinking about a Dusty, because thinking about him can make you go back. So I had to realize this is the perfect time to ditch him. With him not being in my space and out of town, my eyes were wide open to everything. So when I called him out on it and read him filth, he did his traditional spin move and made it my fault, like I was overreacting. But his domain knew. With him being away, it made it so much easier to keep him away. Also, I knew I wouldn't ever been able to get over the trauma of my abortion if I kept him around. Just his presence reminding me of it and causing guilt trips. I heard you say in your video how you are spoiled. I am too. I grew up in a 2-parent household with a big brother. My dad and brother treat me like a princess to this day. My mother is a strong, confident woman who would be so surprised and disappointed if I ever told her what I consistently tolerated. It was me though. I was fine with just male attention / company. I ignorantly felt like since I didn't really need anything monetarily, money wasn't a big thing. S, and then that's like a whole bunch of I's in it. So that I can definitely attest to because I'm definitely spoiled. And when you've never needed for anything, it's not really something that you crave. So like if you're not taught this is what a man is supposed to do and you just see it, in the back of your mind, that's what you're going to expect, but you won't really know like how to get that out of him. You get what I'm saying? Like I've never needed anything, so in high school, I had a part-time job, I was in school, but I never really expected men to do much of anything because I didn't need anything. Like, why am I asking you to do this if I'm good? But I grew out of that real quick. Your videos over these few months and watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, LOL, have slowly made me get out of the low mindset. Okay, this is perfect. I must admit, in the beginning, I was frustrated watching your videos. Quote, she makes it sound so simple. I'll never get this. Where will I go to meet these men? I had realized the underlying reason I was frustrated with your videos was because I still had that Dusty in my space, so I couldn't implement anything you said when he was still in my space mentally and emotionally and still having conversation. He knew I was upset, but he knew this was a cycle I allowed and figured I'd be over it in a couple of days. I needed to break that ASAP. At the beginning of this month, I broke down and had a talk with God and said I'm ready for a change. I had to change my mindset from just tolerating attention and pleasure. I wanted what I deserved. I wrote about everything I was feeling and let it all go. I had already gave my number to this guy, 8 years older than me, and he is a breath of fresh air. He's educated, same upbringing, attentive listener, ambitious, funny, intelligent. I learned so much from him in areas that I was always self-conscious about, not being versed in politics, government, different cultures, etc. And on top of all that, appreciative of the woman I am, appreciative of all my rare qualities. I hadn't been on a real date since I was 17. I went on a real date with him. Girl, my old A had to make sure he didn't know that though, LOL. We went to a nice A place to eat and he didn't mind spending anything. Anytime I see him, he offers money. The first time I was like, this is too much, but he assured me that it's okay and this is the only way he knows how to do things and that this is his normal. He's Nigerian. On one date, we went to the movies and someone on the screen was using a Mac desktop, and I said, hey, I'm buying that for myself for my upcoming birthday. For my upcoming birthday, for my at-home office to teach my kids and do college courses. This was our first date, so I didn't know he had money or anything. I was just making conversation. I mentioned it again and he was like, oh yeah, I remember. I looked it up so I can get it for you, and is insisting he buys it. A MacBook, ladies. A MacBook, and those are not cheap. It just reassured what you've said, that men will invest their money in you when they care. They know what they want just like we do, and their actions will support it. He doesn't want me to want for anything. He's so swept up just by me, simply being me. Everything that every other man took for granted or was aware of but didn't want to step up to the plate and handle, he not only shows he appreciates it verbally but also monetarily. Today I felt so happy not spending my own money, even though I have it to spend 3 times over. Just knowing he gave me the money so I won't have to spend my own. I was cheesing so hard under the mask. I can tell he just wants me to be happy and knows that I deserve to be. I told him how he treats me like a princess, and he said it's because he literally sees me as that. Now, he may not be the man that becomes my husband because I don't want to get too excited, but just knowing that this can happen has made this new mindset that I've tapped into a non-negotiable. I know I sent a lot and maybe TMI, but I thank God, and I must say thank you next. Definitely buying your book to support. Black women deserve this happiness. I was a hopeless romantic, yet living like a woman with no hope. We deserve to be happy without having to go through hell to get a sliver of it. Boy, boy, boy. So thank you, anonymous lady, for sending this in. You made me super, super happy because, again, I resonate with so much of what you said. And I just appreciate that you took the time to listen to me. I know that may not have been easy for you. And I also recognize that sharing your story can be liberating. So just know I love you dearly. I thank you so much, and I'm glad that you finally got the happiness you deserve. And then I'm also glad that you didn't rush this process and that you're acknowledging this man may not be my husband, but now I recognize that this lifestyle is non-negotiable. Like, this is what I want. And that's what the level up does for you. And so if any of you out there have more stories like this that you would like me to share, or that you would allow me to share, feel free. Or just share your testimonial with me. And if you say, love, I really don't want you to share it, it's perfectly fine. Like, if I ask and you're not comfortable, that's perfectly fine. Like, I promise I won't be offended. I really love hearing from you guys. And this right here is just from watching my videos. Like, she didn't even buy a book. So just imagine, those of you who are actually reading the content, how much deeper submerged you would be into this mentality. And she also acknowledged, at first I felt uncomfortable. You made it sound too easy. And I don't want to make it sound like it's easy, but I do want you ladies to understand that this is very simple. It's simple. It may not be easy because you have to undo that conditioning mentally, and you have to start to love yourself better, but I promise you it's worth it. You guys, I literally did not wear makeup all day. I sat in the bed, I watched some videos, I took some very brief notes. I really didn't do much of anything. I relaxed, I ate some good food that I was cooking. And then I'm like, you know what? I need to go to the grocery store because I'm out of breakfast food, and I would hate to have to wake up early in the morning, go get breakfast from like Chick-fil-A or something, and then go to the grocery store. I just wanted to be comfortable. So guess what I did? I had already taken a shower, so I put on some makeup, threw on a hat, put my dress on, and went to the grocery store in sandals, babe, because I love myself, and it doesn't matter what time it is. I'm going to wear makeup. I'm going to be pretty. You understand? So this is deeper than me. It's bigger than me. I have an example to set. I can't tell you ladies one thing and then do the total opposite. So know that I'm living it. Know that I'm right here with you, and know that I truly appreciate all of your love and support. So I love you too. I won't take up any more of your time this evening, and I'm about to go ahead and post this video to my YouTube channel. That's where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. So I'll go ahead and go and finish up my tea. If you are not following me on all platforms, which equal Facebook and Instagram, I am Hanging Out with Love. If you are not following me or subscribed to me on YouTube, I'm also Hanging Out with Love. And if you do not have any of my books and you need to be reading some books, all right, go to hangingoutwithlove.com and get you a Level Up book. I love you dearly. Good night.